New York City. The city never sleeps. Skyscrapers touched the clouds, luxury cars filled the streets, and thousands of people rushed to work every morning chasing success. But among them was a 24-year-old janitor named Jake Thompson. Every day, Jake woke up at 3:30 a.m. While most people were still sleeping, he put on his worn-out work shoes, grabbed his cleaning supplies, and headed to a large office building in Manhattan. His job was simple: clean the floors, empty the trash, wash the windows, and then go home. The pay was barely enough to cover rent and food. Jake lived in a tiny apartment with peeling paint on the walls and old furniture he bought from thrift stores. Life wasn't easy, but what made it even harder was the constant criticism. People looked down on him. Many believed he would never become anything more than a janitor. One cold winter morning, Jake was mopping the lobby floor when a group of businessmen entered the building. They were wearing expensive suits and talking about million-dollar deals. Jake watched them walk by. He wondered what it felt like to be successful. As he continued cleaning, one of the businessmen accidentally stepped on the wet floor. The man looked at Jake and laughed. "Be careful with that mop," he said. Then he added something Jake would never forget. "Don't worry, you'll probably be cleaning these floors for the rest of your life anyway." The group laughed and walked away. Jake forced a smile, but inside, those words hit him like a punch. For the rest of the day, he couldn't stop thinking about it. Was that really his future? Would he spend the rest of his life watching other people achieve their dreams while he stayed exactly where he was? That night, Jake sat alone in his apartment. He looked around at the small room, the old couch, the unpaid bills, the empty refrigerator, and he made a decision. He decided that his future would not be determined by someone else's opinion. Instead of watching television that night, he opened his laptop. He searched for free online business courses. For the first time in his life, he started learning about entrepreneurship, marketing, and sales. At first, it was difficult. After working 10 hours a day, his eyes felt heavy. His body was exhausted. Many nights he wanted to quit. But every time he thought about giving up, he remembered the businessman laughing at him, and he kept going. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Jake followed the same routine every single day. Wake up at 3:30 a.m., work as a janitor, come home, study until midnight, sleep, repeat. People thought he was crazy. His friends invited him to parties. He said no. They spent money on entertainment. He spent money on books. They laughed at his dreams. He invested in them. Years passed. Slowly, Jake's knowledge grew. One evening, he decided to start a small online marketing business. He had no office, no employees, no investors, just a laptop and a dream. He contacted hundreds of small businesses offering his services. Most ignored him. Some rejected him. Others laughed at him. Month after month, nothing happened. Then, finally, a small local business agreed to hire him. His first payment was only $87. $87. Many people would have considered that a failure. Jake considered it proof. Proof that success was possible. Proof that his hard work was beginning to pay off. So he continued. He worked harder than ever. While others slept, Jake worked. While others relaxed, Jake learned. While others complained, Jake improved. Slowly, more clients arrived, then more, then even more. His income started growing. For the first time in years, he wasn't worried about paying rent. A few years later, Jake hired his first employee. Then another, then another. His small business began turning into a real company. The same people who once laughed at him suddenly wanted advice. The same friends who said his dreams were unrealistic started asking how he became successful. But Jake never forgot where he came from. He remained humble. He remembered every early morning, every rejection, every sleepless night, every moment when quitting seemed easier than continuing. Then one day, something incredible happened. Jake received an invitation to speak at a major business conference. When he saw the location, he couldn't believe it. The conference was being held in the exact same building where he had once worked as a janitor. The same lobby, the same floors, the same place where people ignored him every day. On the day of the event, Jake arrived wearing a tailored suit. As he walked through the building, memories flooded his mind. He remembered pushing cleaning carts through those hallways. He remembered being exhausted. He remembered feeling invisible. Now, hundreds of people had come to hear him speak. As he stepped onto the stage, the audience applauded. Jake looked around the room, and then he noticed someone familiar. Sitting near the front was the businessman who had laughed at him years ago. The same man who said he would be cleaning floors for the rest of his life. For a moment, Jake smiled. Not because he wanted revenge, but because he realized how far he had come. He walked to the microphone. The room became silent. Jake looked at the audience and said, "Years ago, someone told me I would never become anything more than a janitor." The audience listened carefully. Jake continued, "They weren't trying to predict my future. They were simply describing my present." The room became even quieter. Then Jake said, "Never let someone's opinion become your reality. Your current situation is not your final destination. If you keep learning, keep improving, and refuse to quit, your future can be bigger than anything you imagine." The audience erupted into applause. Many people stood on their feet. Some were inspired, others were emotional, but everyone understood the message. Success is not reserved for the smartest people. It is not reserved for the richest people. It belongs to those who keep moving forward when everyone else gives up. Jake's journey wasn't about becoming a millionaire. It was about proving that determination can change a life. And as he walked off the stage that day, he realized something powerful. The janitor had never disappeared. He had simply become the man he always believed he could be. Moral of the story: never let others define your limits. Success begins when excuses end. Consistency beats talent when talent refuses to work. Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. The only true failure is quitting. Don't be afraid to start small. Every great success story starts with a person who refused to give up.